Hello, it's time for the finder to come forward. I will present evidence to support this claim. It's time for me to play my cards, and I do have a winning hand, or the winning hand. I hope it will be a positive experience interacting with the Forrest Fenn community. Many people are very good at solving Forrest Fenn's hints and the poem, but just don't have the pieces in the right place. First of all, I would like to comment on Jack. Jack is part of the play. He is not the real finder. The script has been written in the thrill of the chase on page 13 and 14 and other places within the book. He is the kid that I didn't like very much and gave me a copy of Kismet and caused me to be down at the bottom. The finder story in the medium is my story woven into Jack's story. It has Forrest Fenn's writing techniques and hints throughout the article. Forrest Fenn knew my story because I sent him a lot of emails describing my thought processes and my experiences with a lot of pictures included, so he knew my story. So in the Finder's article on the medium, some of the things that Jack claims are about me. I won't give them all, but here are some. I spent 25 days in that area. I had a fake blaze that was within 1,000 feet of the real blaze. It was not a Hollywood ending. At the time, I didn't know what the double omegas were, but I did quickly figure that one out. I believe this was Forrest Fenn talking from the dead to the finder through the medium. You have to have imagination. It is more important than knowledge in this particular game. I'm not sure that Forrest Fenn is dead. I believe that it was written into the script on page 14 of The Thrill of the Chase, chapter Important Literature, and other places. When he pulls the catcher out of the trash, that gives him some more time. When you die, you run out of time. And it says that he read my book or the autobiography or the finish to The Thrill of the Chase. In the finder's picture of the treasure chest, there is a twig. This is a hint. First, the switch has been pulled on me and is hinted by the twig in the chest. If you look up the definition of switch, it can be a twig. In The Thrill of the Chase, Forrest says, when it wasn't too cold, I'd get even with my father for switching me by jumping out of the window by my bed. A memoir represents looking through a window at someone's life experiences or memories. So the point of all of this is that the switch has been done. The scissors that found their way into the chest cut the string of Forrest Fenn's life, and that was fate. And the finder is required to write a memoir of the solution to the thrill of the chase or the poem. This is found in the poem. If you are brave and in the wood, brave means you earned your feather and solved the poem and found the exact spot and can prove it with boots on the ground. And in the wood means you have written an autobiography about it. Books are made out of paper. Paper is made out of wood. All of my solutions are found in the poem. Everything I believe had to be verified in the poem. So I have been brave, and I have found the exact spot of the chest and the treasure. There is not just one treasure chest, and that is found in the poem. So I've written a memoir or a book about the solution to the poem with extensive proof to the solution of the poem. I will now attempt to give some clues and patterns that I hope are quite convincing to the solution of the poem. Close to the end, at the last omega or the end, you are going to find a wheelwright or shoes. These are mentioned throughout the book and the scrapbooks. The wheel can be represented with anything round: pies, tires, steering wheels, globe. In Too Far to Walk, chapter 18, Why I Was Not Mad at Him, it has a picture on page 85 of what Forrest called shoes made out of tires. Hint, 18, also an end number. Just an example. There are many references to tires and pictures of tires, and if you look closely, there's probably an X somewhere on that tire, or there might be a smiley face on the tire. Face has a word value of 15, and that is an end number. Shoes have a word value of 66, which is an end number, and they are found at the last omega or the end. You can find stories about shoes throughout the book and in the scrapbooks. I go into way more detail in my book. At the end you will find red, and this explains the hint, every redneck in Texas. I just remembered a great one is the postmarks on every chapter are round and they represent the end. In Too Far to Walk, at the end of each chapter, he has a stamp that's red with his initials FF, which represent 66, and red being the end. In his book, Once Upon a While, at the end of each chapter, he puts my 2 cents, which is 3 words in red, in a round circle representing the end. Forrest Fenn gave more clues about the end than anything. Tires or wheels can be found in the poem. 66 can be found in the poem. I will now attempt to show more patterns in the pictures that are quite convincing to my object is to create some interest and curiosity. I will be leaving my email address in the description if you have questions. I will do my best to answer some of them. Please be as kind as you can. On to patterns. This pattern is literally a map mirrored of the end, or the conclusion of the poem. In this pattern, I have given you the numbers that apply to each location. These numbers also apply to their mirrored counterpart. In my book, I explain where the numbers all come from. The first pattern is found in Forrest Fenn's turquoise belt buckle, which another hint is he wore it ever since 1973. And if you can look at that and see my cursor, this right here, boom, boom, and boom. That's the pattern we're looking for. And then we're going to mirror this pattern. This is the blaze. You can see it's a different color. It stands out. This is Forrest Fenn's belt buckle mirrored. It's not a very good picture, but it does the job. Here's the pattern. Boom, boom, and boom. This is the pattern that we're concentrating on, is after you mirror it, you go, and I'm going to explain this a little bit. You go, if you've been wise and found the blaze, look quickly down your quest to cease, and that's 1 omega, or the end. But Terry Scant with Marvel Gaze, and that's across the way. Terry Scant with Marvel Gaze, and Gaze just happens to be the number of the blaze. And then it's 15. It's on line 15. Terry Scant with Marvel Gaze. Just take the chest and go in peace, which is line 15. And that gets you to right here. And I go into a lot more details in my book. The second pattern is found in The Thrill of the Chase on page 18 and 19. This shows the mirror. The mirror is in the poem, and it is found in all of the books and the scrapbooks here and there. You need to have a mirror as part of the solve to the poem. And if you look at this, you can see the pattern. On this side, it's boom, boom, and boom. If you can see my cursor, there's the pattern. And it's mirrored or opposite over here. Boom, boom, and boom. These are hints. They're not precise. You have to have imagination. So there's the pattern again. The third pattern is found on page 6 of The Thrill of the Chase. It also gives you hints towards mirrors and much more. I mean, this page has lots of great information to get you there. And you can look it over, but you can see the pattern. And I left out this word, mean. That's always got a word value of 33, and he says it a lot, and that's an N number. And the way he places them in this on the book makes sense, but you'll have to look at the page. And you got funny, funny, and funny. There's the pattern. Funny, funny, and funny. There's the pattern. And 79 and 79 have significance. So the fourth pattern is found in Too Far to Walk on page 204, and also in $17 a square inch on page 52. $17 a square inch has many hints and clues throughout its pages, especially about writing your own book or memoir about the end. And that is why Forrest mentioned it in the Finder's article. And if you look at this, there's the pattern again. Boom, boom, boom. And you know, I'm just showing you the obvious one, but there's more, and I'll give you some more. The fifth pattern, it is found on the cover of Once Upon a While, and you know, it should be Once Upon a Time, and that's a hint that you run out of time, and this is given the exact spot. It's a hint about Forrest Fenn, where he's going to be buried. Once Upon a While being his third book, with revised, printed in red, hints to the end. 3 is an end number, and here's the pattern. It's pretty good. And Forrest Fenn in this is fishing. That's his belt buckle. He's fishing for the finder with his treasure and wants to reel you in. So there you have it. If you look at the cover, you can see it. And there's the revised and so forth. I will be selling my book. My learning curve on this, producing this book, has been expensive to me. I made 10 copies, and each copy cost me about $80. My experience in solving the poem has cost me dearly and lowered my standard of living. And I guess there's other people that can relate. If you would like to purchase one of these books, I will leave my PayPal email address in the description or the comments section. If my solution helps you and you feel generous and would like to help my situation out, feel free to send me some money. It would be greatly appreciated. Thank you very much. Hopefully, if there is interest, I will be printing my book again, and will be able to retail it for $35 plus shipping and tax. Please contact me in email, and we will work at getting you a book if you would like. Thank you for your time in watching this video, please like and subscribe and drop me a note. There you have it, Forrest Fenn. The book is complete.